Hello everyone. It's Saturday morning, a little later than I planned in general, but baby girl wants cinnamon rolls, so baby girl's gonna get some cinnamon rolls. This is what I got. This is the Pillsbury original cinnamon rolls, and as of last time we bought them, now they come with more icing, so more sugar, if you will. I actually make my own many times for when I make the Italian biscotti cookies. And I have somewhere down here, yeah, the BJ size bag of confection sugar. And you can do it with water, you can do it with milk. When I do it with the confection for the biscotti type cookies, I will add some either anisette oil or something like that, or extract. I think the extract isn't as good and it's cheaper, but you need more of it. So here's what it is. So the directions here say 400 degrees for 13 to 17 minutes. And if you use a dark pan like this one, that you should decrease it by 25 degrees. Well, common practice in the air fryer is a good 25-50 degrees less. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do here as far as temperatures and times go. So what I'm going to do is I have this little tiny bowl, and this is actually gonna work out good because if I screw up, at least I won't be able to fit all of these cinnamon rolls in there. I can actually make some the regular way. And I'll have to clean up that mess. Sometimes it's easier to spray a mess and clean it up than to be easy with it. So let's find that tear line right there. Alright, this is the part you're going to worry about. Houses have exploded over there. There we go. Alright. Take a bunch of these out of there. Let's see if we can, how many we can fit. I think it comes with 8 in a package. I don't know if you can fit 8 in here. Probably close. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Oh boy, not gonna fit that 8th one. What shall we do? So do we force it in there and watch them explode up? Or do we take one out and cook it on the next batch? What the hell? I'm gonna leave a little space here. I don't know if that's going to come back to bite me later, but hey. Alright, and this is the icing, which is a much larger container than it used to be. And go recycle this off. Now, homemade cinnamon rolls are pretty easy to make too. Well, depends on your variation, but just roll out a layer of dough, you know, in a rectangular or whatever square pattern. You butter up the whole flavor, you know, melted butter, sugar, cinnamon, and that's it. I've seen some people add brown sugar to it too, but then you roll it up and you slice it up. But this looks pretty good. I want to make sure heat gets underneath this, so I'm going to put this in the air fryer and let this sit on top so heat can actually get on this thing. And I have a messy air fryer basket because I didn't clean it after I used it yesterday. So this is also now going to be closer to the surface. So what does that mean? Probably even less heat. So let's get this going here. So for 400 at 13 to 17, or 375 for the darker pan, which you have 375. So I'm thinking 300, 325. I can always start at 300 or somewhere in there, and then adjust accordingly. Let's do, oh, can't do that. So I'm going to do 320, start that up. And I've never cooked it more than 13 minutes in the oven, so we'll start with 13 minutes. And what else? That's it. I am going to set my timer because when I start to blabber, I forget. And last thing I want to do is ruin baby girl's cinnamon rolls, right? Looks like I have 5 people on there. Hello, everybody. If you're on. I have not had breakfast yet, so I want someone to suggest what I should make myself. Perhaps bacon. Perhaps another bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Come on, don't be shy. I know there's some people out there that want to see it. I bought some bacon different than what I usually buy, but I'm not going to use it yet. I have plans for that. Usually 1 pack of bacon lasts 2 sittings, but I used some of this bacon when I made the my loaded potato live the other day. And so now I gotta cut open a new pack. Yeah, so BJ started carrying a bacon that I never saw there. And they may have had something similar, but it was thick. And I want to say it was maple. And I've had some of their maple bacon before, but it was in the thin containers. So I think I want to use those in my upcoming donut burger, or donut-shaped burger, I should say. I don't like mixing different packages of bacon in the pan because they're never the same size and they cook at different rates. And this is going to be one of those times. Even though they came in the same package, you know, it was a 2-pack. Donna, do you want some sausage?
No.
Well, that means I won't be doing any breakfast sausage either. I think I got 1 too many pieces here. Should have preheated the oven. Let me start that. Okay, started the Breville at 375. Seems like it's going to be a repeat of one of my last live breakfasts. I saw more join. I'm doing Pillsbury muffins. I could have squished this 8th one in here, but I wanted to make sure air got around everything. If they cook well, I'll do that next time. Some of that in there. Bacon is in. And for those of you, again, who just joined me, what I did in the air fryer is I used my short, I bought the GoWISE accessory kit. It was like a Memorial Day special last year. It was $17 shipped. And normally that stuff is like $26, $27, $28 from GoWISE, and it's a 6-piece. So this is not the one I put in there, but the one I had in there was similar, where these legs came up longer and this didn't exist, so I want to keep it up so the bottom can get a lot more circulation, so that the bottom can cook up well too. And the pan was shorter than I would have liked. I think I might have said that, but you know, We'll see how it goes. We are coming up on 5 minutes here. I am going to take a quick peek, and I'll allow you to. Let me face this down so you're ready for it. Those are coming out nice. Better than I thought. So that was 5 minutes. Let me set the timer for another, let's say, 3 minutes. Because if I could cook this thing in 8 to 9 minutes, that's going to be pretty good. And next time I will try to stick that 8th one in there, although it did look kind of crowded. So let's get some other things going. Because Daddy's hungry too. I just came in from mowing the lawn. You hear that, Ivy? Are you listening? Let me grab egg and cheese here. The pan's going to take a minute or two to warm up. Trash pan's getting full today. Alright, let's get a little pepper on there. I'm not going to put salt because there's plenty of salt. Michael Ferguson, good morning. I remember you being on maybe 4 days ago, I want to say. I could be wrong about that. Welcome. Thank you for joining. How did you figure out the type of time for the cement air rolls compared to... So the packages says, and it's kind of torn up now because you got to peel it off, but let me see if I can show you. It says 400 degrees for 13 to 17 minutes, unless you're using a dark pan, and then you do 375. So I knocked 50 degrees off, and I started with 5 minutes, and I'm going for the. It's now been in there for 7, so I'll be checking it at 8. So typically, you knock 50 degrees off for a lot of things in the air fryer, and then the time goes down as well. Now that's just a general starting guideline, but you know it's a good starting guideline too. All right, and I'll be checking those because Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, you're preheating the oven, and that's taking you a good 10 minutes at least, and now you're cutting that, and then it takes another 13 minutes to cook. That's 25 minutes. You just cut that time down in a third. That's unheard of. All right, let's take a look to see how these look here. Those might already be done. In fact, yeah. Wow. Okay. I gotta figure out how to take these out of here without just scratching up the pan. So let me get my friends Steve and Arlene. This came with something they gave us. Oh, that was hot. Touched my hand. I'll get those back in frame in a second. Just let me put those in there. Put this out there. Unplug your air fryer. And let me get this. And here we go. Those look pretty good. Now I'm going to let that cool down for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I need to get my eggs started. And one thing I mentioned last time is, and I don't know if I explained it well or didn't show it, is I always spray the pan, and I want to make sure I spray the inside of the ring too, because otherwise the stuff just sticks. And that also, you want to make sure you create a good seal. Again, rehashing from last time. And slow and low and slow, they say. It's been running for a little while now, so that's why it sounds like that. The bacon's still going, and I'm just kind of poke out the little holes, kind of make it like a scrambled egg in here. Miguel, is that I'm sorry, I thought I saw red as an AEL in there, so I apologize. I may have pronounced your name wrong. Did that answer your question about the Pillsbury rolls? And I need to tuck these rolls. The egg is going to be ready on the too soon side, but that's okay. It's one less thing I'll have to worry about for later. Let me do that. Okay, this looks just about ready for the ring to come off. And since I made sure, yeah, I pulled it off a little too soon, but that's all right. I could have left it on like another 15, 20 seconds. But see how it released a lot easier too, because I made sure the pan got in there. All right. I do need to flip it though. And if I had flipped this faster, I could have flipped it over on itself and it would have been fine. It wouldn't have spilled over like you saw. And I'm putting 2 pieces of cheese because, again, the deli had cut them super thin on us. Alright, so I'm shutting off the stove because this is going to continue to melt and cook by itself. Get that over there. And we're back to the cinnamon rolls. And that was 8 minutes. I think I could have did 7. And let's the air get underneath. Normally I put the cinnamon on here as it is. But let me do one thing first. My phone's being picky today. This is a brand new iPhone work gave me, and the batteries are dying in less than an hour's. Okay, so let's get this on there. Let me take my picture there. All right. So I am going to actually put the icing on there in a plate instead. And these are already started to cool. They're nice and soft underneath though, boy, I tell you. That's nice. Ooh, and hot. I think next time what I'm going to do, because this middle one's a little soft in the middle, is I'm going to cook it at 300 or 310 for that 7 minutes or 8 minutes. Because this one probably could have stood in there another few seconds where the other ones are fine. They have a hard bottom. So the one in the middle didn't get as much air. So I'm going to eat that one anyway. So now let's get our icing. Great. Thanks. Okay. And normally I put this on when it's still hot. But I'm preoccupied with some other stuff. Yeah, see that little one. So I'm going to have to change up a little bit the way this cooks. Lower temperature, I think. The other option is not putting one in the middle and just put it in a circular pattern. That way everything gets an equal amount of heat. But it's still cooked. It's just lightly cooked. All right. I wonder if I have enough frosting here. Because they like picking at it, so I'll eat these 2 right here because I put my finger on that. Oh, and I still have that other one to cook. Let's see how I cook that. It'll be interesting putting that in the nuker, I know for shame. Okay, let me get one to my daughter here. See? She likes extra, extra. Oh, you know what? I gotta take a picture. Okay, picture done. So it looks like I got 9 people here. I'll just rehash what I said. Cinnamon rolls take 400 degrees for 13 to 17 minutes. I usually do 375 because I use a dark pan for 13 minutes. 8 minutes in the air fryer at 320 was a little too much on the top, but the bottom was perfect except for the middle one, so I think I got to rearrange them a little better. So I think next time I'm going to do 300 for that 8 minutes, and that I think will be perfect. Okay, Natalia, come get yours. Woohoo!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Come again. I probably could have turned this bacon a second or two earlier. However, that's all right. I think it's fine. The bacon, the egg is still warm. It's finishing to melt up the cheese. This is probably going to be another 5 to so minutes, so I may set that egg back on the burner. Even though it's powered off, it's still warm. Let me get this back in the oven. And that was only in there for 9 minutes. There's my egg right there. Let's get that back on the heat for a while. And this I'm actually going to my bagels I'm going to put in the Breville. I'm going to put them face down. I could actually put them in the air fryer too, come to think of it. But the Breville's on, why waste the energy, right? Okay. Camera's a little tilted. Let me fix that up a little bit. Start with mine. Yeah, so the bottom is definitely cooked. There's a couple of soft spots. So, they're not perfect. However, learned a lesson here. If I had not put that right up, the 320 degree temperature would have been fine. But I lifted it up. So the top is going to cook faster. So I have a couple of choices. Put it further down with the shorter one. I don't know if I have something shorter. Or I can get the Rachel Ray Trivets that I have and lift them up, and that'll help air circulate. But if I just leave it as it was, go from 320 to 300 and cook it for at least that 8 minutes, maybe even 10, because the temperature's way down. The other option is if I use the Trivets, and they're in my description if you want to take a look what they are. I had the spares in here somewhere. I think they just got moved. At that point, it'll be lower. You can probably keep it at the 320 and cook it longer. It'll be much shorter at that point. Yeah, bottom's perfect, just about perfect. The top has that slight browning to it. If I was to refer to that browning to something, it would be that bark that people talk about when they do ribs on the grill or when you eat that. A slight, I don't want to call it crispness, but for a lack of a better word, crispness. So, while I'm at it, I'm going to plug the air fryer back in. Keeping in mind the air fryer still has some heat now. But I still have that one undone one. And I'm going to stick this one in here because the bottom is soft. That was the one that was originally in the middle. So I'll start that. I'll cook the uncooked one. I'm going to go down to 300 and 8 minutes. And this one I'm just going to leave in there for a couple of minutes. Yes, the frosting will melt off, but that's okay. Today's a fine-tuned day. And it still remembers. That's why I say unplug your air fryer. This thing's been unplugged for what, 5 minutes now? I plugged it in and it remembered. It started off. That's why you got to be careful. You bump that in. So I'm going to put that at 8. And I'm going to set the microwave timer at 2 minutes. I'm going to get myself something to drink. There's 9 people on right now. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Say hello, please. If you like. I don't bite. I only bite food. Who is it? Who is it? Yeah, I'll call her back. That's Mama Monty on the phone. I would always pick up the phone, but I'll have to call her back in a few minutes. Take a quick look at that bacon, see if it's ready. Yeah, it's just about there. Another few seconds. Another 47 seconds for that first one. Recooking a little bit. Let's get the bacon out of there. Shut this thing off. No spilling this time. Okay, it must have spilled last time because there was a lot more grease or something. It's the only thing I could think of. Donna here is waiting impatiently for her bacon.
No, I'm not. Are those muffins done?
Yeah, I'm just recooking one of them because it was soft in the middle one.
So are the ones on the plate?
Yep, those are good to go.
Can I have one?
Yep. You may.
There's mixing on the bottom, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Mm. Oh! That was fucking disgusting.
No, lost my tray. Hey, Christy. You're hitting the end here, and I forgot to take out that. Oh boy, I think I'm in the midst of overcooking one of them. Yeah. The buzzer went off. I didn't take it out. This is I'm trying to figure out which one was which. That one was, okay, I know which one that one was. And this one's going back in for the remainder. I was experimenting. I was explaining to recap. I did a 320 for 8 minutes of the cinnamon rolls, and some of them in the middle had needed a little more cooking time. So I went down to 300, and so instead of putting 7 in there, you can usually fit 8. I'm gonna go down to like 6 next time, so that more air. I also lifted the pan in the air fryer so that more air could get underneath. Hi.
Hi.
No, she wants just the frosting. Yes, give me a minute, I'll let you have some. Oh, I forgot I have this on the air fryer. I have nowhere else to put it though. My bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. for liquid. Oh, pan's going. Not enough weight. So, if I gotta do this in 2 batches in the air fryer, 1 and 2 might be too little, so I'll do 4 at a time next time, and that might be better.
There's one on there.
Oh,
So,
I don't know where that's from. Christy, what are you making today? I'm always curious. You always have something good going on, even if you're not recording. Are you still waiting for the frosting?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get your plate. The new ones will be up in a little bit.
I want to have a Coke up.
No.
Yeah. I want to put it on.
I'm sure you do.
I want
You're going to put it on the muffin and accidentally get it all in your mouth. Oh well. Anyway. Anybody, I'm not sure yet. Hey, you have something in mind. I know you. So, I'm going to recap again, just in case anybody's coming or going. There's 9 people here. In the air fryer, I elevated the surface, and so it brought it close to the heat element. You're supposed to do 400. I'll turn that off so I can hear myself. 400 at 13 to 17 minutes. When you use a dark pan, it's 375 for 13 to 17 minutes. I dropped the temperature 50 degrees. That's usually a good starting point. But I lifted the pan in the air fryer to get more air circulation. That's good and bad. It was closer to the heat. So 320 I think is too high when it's up on that pedestal. I think if I sit it on the bottom, that'll be fine, but I want to raise it. So I'm going to go down next time to 300. And instead of putting 7 in there, I'll do 2 batches of 4 just to try it out, and we'll see how it goes. It was kind of a live experiment. I think it worked. It's not been my most successful first try of anything on camera. The Kentucky Colonel, that was very successful, and my 3 ways to cook pies. Yep, they're done now. Woo, and they're hot. Woo. Just to show you, that one came out perfect. And that's because I went down to 300 at 8 minutes. Let's see if this agrees with me. Yep, 300 at 8 minutes. So that's for me. Different air fryers will vary, obviously. And that's all I really have for you. I really appreciate everybody joining me today. Hey, Jim, how are you? I must have missed your text. I apologize about that. Thank you for joining. Miguel, and of course Christy. I think Christy's cooking channel was probably the first or second cooking channel I ever really checked out. I was like, oh, go see Christy's cooking channel when I first bought the air fryer. So I've been watching her since back in August anyway. So please check out her channel too. She has got an awesome channel. And her husband is funny as all hell when he makes his comparison. So please check that channel out as well. All right. You're too kind. Now, maybe, I don't know, but you do a wonderful job. So I want to make sure that they check out your channel. Anyway, if you like these tips and you have any other questions, please drop me a line. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell so you know when I put out a new video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. This is good. Guess I should shut this off now.